So you want to become a millionaire, and you want to do it the easy way. Okay. So this probably sounds like the most clickbaity title ever, but I promise it's pretty accurate for what I'm about to show you. What I'm about to show you is a compound investment calculator that I created in Excel. I wanted to see how much various amounts of money would turn into over the span of 40 years if you were to put that same amount in every single year. It seems like by the time a lot of folks retire, they seem to have saved quite a bit of money over the years. A lot of people seem to be in pretty comfortable situations by the time they reach retirement. Myself and most of the people watching this video live pretty normal lives, work pretty normal jobs, and earn pretty average wages. So then how much money should a normal person with a normal job try to invest each year in order to become a millionaire by the time they reach retirement? Instead of having it be just a percentage of your income, as certain financial advisors might recommend, I wanted to find out the actual dollar amount that it would take to grow an account into $1 million account over 40 years. I wanted to find out how you would do it by playing the long game. The average rate of return in the S&P 500 is 10%. 10% a year, that is, approximately. It's actually something like 9.8. That's the rate of return you can reasonably expect from the market over the long term. See? I'm not pulling your leg. In order to keep our growth estimates reasonable and relatively conservative, I used a 7% annual growth rate instead of a 10%. Alright guys, and so here it is, the compound growth calculator that I created in Excel. And what we have here is we have 4 different columns, and starting with the first column in the upper left hand corner, we have $1,000 a year invested over 40 years. That is, you contribute $1,000 a year to the account while the account simultaneously grows 7% each year. That's why when I said the S&P returns an average of about 10%, we're going to use 7% as to be a bit more conservative with our investment. And so if you look, the first year we start with $1,000. The second year we've made 7% on the $1,000 that we invested that first year, and we've also added another $1,000. So if you look up here where it says FX, you'll see how I did the formula. We start with $1,000. Next year we have the $1,000 that we added for the new year, plus the year before's amount of money times 7%. So we say times 1.07 to get the value of itself, times 1 plus the 7% that it's grown. And so if you see $1,000 invested per year at an annual growth rate of 7% a year over 40 years, you'd end up with almost $200,000. And in the next column, you see what $5,000 a year would do. And that pretty much right there, $5,000 a year, with simple math gets you pretty darn close to the millionaire mark. When you take into consideration taxes and just some of the more real life aspects to the growth of an account, it might take a bit more than $5,000 a year. So I wanted to see what $7,000 a year would do and $10,000 a year. And if you can see, these numbers get pretty big towards the 40-year mark. If you invest $10,000 a year at 7% return, you're going to have close to $2 million by the time you retire. So I'm going to link this Excel document down below, and if you guys want to plug in your own numbers to see what different amounts of investment would do in 40 years, I'll put this down below in the description. You can play around with it. I hope this was helpful to some of you to illustrate the point of how compound growth works and how the numbers just get really big after a while. They just get really big. It's amazing, if you go from year 1 to year 10 here, you grow about $128,000, right? Because 138 minus $10,000. So in this 10 years, your account grows about $128,000. But look at this 10-year span. this 10-year span, your account grows almost $1 million. So in the first 10 years, hey, it grows it grows about 10% of what it's going to grow in that fourth decade. That the fourth decade, year 30 to year 40. So I hope this illustrates a point. Again, I hope this is something you guys remember going forward. The time value of money. This is the trick. There's a reason a lot of old people have a lot of money. They've been around a while. They've had many, many years to let their accounts grow, so to speak. So that's all for now. Stay tuned for more videos. If you like this, I would really appreciate it if you hit the like button down below. And if you want to see more, hit that subscribe. Take care and have a good one, guys.